Thank you for being with us tonight. A man accused of murdering a pregnant Kilgore woman came to court today hoping for a lower bond. Shariah Grant went missing back in 2016. She was 8 months pregnant at the time. Her case was declared a homicide even though her body was never found. The man accused of the crime now faces the possibility of going back to jail for a bond violation. KLTV7's Alex Weister reports.
Violated that opportunity. Therefore, I'm going to deny the motion to reinstate.
Judge Debbie Gunter has denied a decrease in the bond for Edward Brazier. He has a recent positive drug test and missed a bond payment, which led to him being taken back into custody. A bond is currently set at $500,000 for Brazier, but that came after the original $350,000 was revoked. His defense stating that he has cooperated fully up until these recent violations.
Mr. Brazier began immediately as a juvenile with his parents cooperating with law enforcement and has continued to do so. Mr. Brazier has done essentially everything he possibly could to comply with his conditions, and I would suggest that he has been probably more communicative than the majority of people this court sees.
Brazier has been out on bond following the charge of the capital murder and the death of Shariah Grant. She was 8 months pregnant when she was killed. The prosecutor argued that Brazier has been showing signs of getting back into bad habits.
The fact of the matter is, though, he has fallen off. And when he's been given the extraordinary opportunity to live in the community while on bond for a very brutal capital murder, you need to be pretty much perfect.
The violation was a reason for the denial, Judge Gunter says, but the charge he is facing also factored into why she chose to deny the reduction.
It's capital murder, so it doesn't get worse than that. So based on those considerations alone, I have to deny that. I cannot take any risk.
Harrison says that he respects the court's decision, but not being out now creates another issue. In the time Brazier has been out on bond, he has gotten married and had 3 children, which he will not be able to care for unless he is bonded out again.
Suffice to say, it would be better from our standpoint and from his family standpoint if he were out, but we understand the court's ruling.
Alex Weister, KLTV7 News.
Now, he's set to go on trial in November of next year, while the other 2 charged in the murder will go on trial first, with Alan Sutton trial set to begin in March of 2026 and Lanisha Young set for October 2026.